Good day! Welcome to a video lesson on speech. In this video, we are going to discuss the elements of an effective speech presentation, some techniques in effective speech delivery, and the ethics in public speaking. At the end of this video, you should be able to identify the elements of an effective speech presentation and practice the techniques in public speaking. One of the greatest fears of people is glossophobia, or the fear of public speaking. Many people start out as intimidated by or even fearful of this. But in order to prepare for this, you need first to understand what it is. Public speaking is defined by Merriam-Webster Dictionary as the art of effective oral communication with an audience. Now, what is oral communication? It is the use of words or speech in exchanging information with others, which involves sending messages and transmitting feelings or ideas. Hence, public speaking involves a speaker who conveys information to a sizable number of individuals. There are two main elements that affect a speech presentation: preparation and delivery. In order for your speech presentation to be effective, you should prepare adequately and deliver the speech well. As an overview, preparation is about the assembly of thoughts, convictions, and urges, while delivery is a way of speaker performs his or her speech. According to Dale Carnegie, an author and developer of courses in public speaking, the famous speeches that we know are patterned on the following outline. First, the statement of facts. This part provides background information about the subject of the speech. Second, the speech then presents arguments about the various positions that one may take on the issue. It also presents the pieces of evidence or details that serve to support the stand of the speaker. Third is the appeal to action. This part is usually the conclusion. It encourages or challenges the audience to do something. This must be memorable or thought-provoking that would get the audience to think more about the topic. Now, aside from the structure of the speech, there are other factors that should be taken into account when preparing a speech. These are the purpose of the speech. Always remember that a text or a speech has three major purposes. PI: to persuade, to inform, or to entertain. The audience. Ask for whom is the speech. How can you make your speech interesting to your target audience? What words should you use to make your speech easy for the audience to understand? What topics do they like? What theme could they most relate with? The venue. It is also important to know where the speech would take place. This would help you to plan your movements and avoid any technical difficulties. The time. Aside from knowing where the speech would take place, also know when it will take place. Always be mindful of the time allotment for you to give your speech. Last is the content. Study the topic of your speech. Make sure to include all needed facts and pieces of evidence to convey your message or argument clearly. Always remember that your credibility as a speaker depends on your knowledge of your topic. Once you've already prepared for the speech, the next thing you have to think of is delivering it. Speech delivery refers to the presentation of the speech itself. This includes various factors such as articulation, voice modulation, stage presence, and rapport with the audience. To achieve effective speech delivery, know these factors one by one. Articulation involves both the utterance of words or pronunciation and the clarity of speech sounds or enunciation. To ensure effective speech delivery, you should be able to correctly pronounce and enunciate each word, because if you fail to do this, your audience might misunderstand your message. The next factor is modulation. This refers to varying the voice in terms of pitch, power, and pace. Pitch is the highness or lowness of voice. Power is the vocal intensity or energy by the speaker. And pace is the speed or rate of the speaker. Using proper voice modulation can help you in emphasizing important points in your speech and can make the speech more interesting for the audience as well. Stage presence refers to the ability to command the attention of the audience. It comprises of the following: your appearance. How you present yourself is the first thing that the audience will see when you get up on the stage. Make sure that you dress well for the occasion. Your projection. Through your stance and posture, the audience would know and feel whether you are confident or not. Your facial expressions. This would reveal your emotions and signal the audience the interpretation of your message. Your gestures. These refer to the purposeful movement of your head, arms, hands, and other parts of the body. Try to use a wide variety of appropriate hand gestures to enhance your message. And your movements. These refer to the act of moving from one spot to another while speaking. Time your movements properly so that they do not become distracting to the audience. Moving closer toward the audience, for example, is appropriate when asking questions, stating a revelation, or creating a connection. When you do not have any reason to move around the stage, stay still from the waist downward to help the audience focus on your message. The last factor is the rapport with the audience. Building rapport means establishing a friendly, harmonious relationship with the audience by engaging and connecting with them. These are ways to improve your rapport with the audience. Maintain eye contact. Look at the eye of one individual at a time. Speak naturally. Do not sound robotic or too rehearsed. You do not need an accent when you are speaking. Relate with the audience. Make yourself relatable by sharing something that the audience will be able to connect with. It is not enough to know how to prepare for a speech and how to deliver a message. You should also keep in mind the right words to say and the right actions to show when speaking in public. These all boils down to ethics. It is the discipline that deals with issues of good and bad, right and wrong, just and unjust. In public speaking, it is not enough for a speaker to have a compelling speech and to deliver it in an articulate and convincing way. It is of utmost importance that the speaker be ethical as well. Here are some guidelines for ethical public speaking. First, be fully prepared for delivering a speech. It is your obligation as a speaker to give the audience a good speech. Keep in mind that by fully preparing for a speech, you are not wasting your time nor your audience's. It means that you are respecting them, their attendance, and their time. Second, be honest. It is your duty as a speaker to be honest in your speech. The facts or statistics that you will present should not be manipulated, and the sources must also be credible. Third, avoid plagiarism. Plagiarism is the act of passing off someone else's work as one's own. This is an act of blatant dishonesty and theft. Your speech should be a representation of your own beliefs, thoughts, and ideas. To avoid committing plagiarism, you should give credit by citing sources. Lastly, be respectful. As a speaker, you should be careful not to engage in name-calling or abusive language when delivering your speech. Use inclusive language and do not make offensive comments about people of a different race, sexual orientation, or religion. Failing to be respectful will not only be impolite and offensive, but can also discredit your credibility as a speaker. Always remember the things that we have discussed in preparing and delivering your speech. Keep in mind that being good at public speaking does not happen overnight. You need to hone it through continuous practice. Hope this helps you to be a better public speaker. See you on the next video. Goodbye!